make sure to like and follow, because this information that I'm about to give y'all is something a lot of people is going to get mad about, because, you know, people are scared of competition. People don't want people to know how to do stuff, of course, you know, because they're scared that you might take over. But I'm all for helping the community, you know. REALWEAR is something I wanted to do for the longest. It took me months to figure out. It took me over like 6 months, I think, to figure out, because there's no information about it. But I got y'all. I know a lot of companies are gonna be mad because there's a lot of gatekeeping out there about how to make REALWEAR graphics. But the secret's finally out, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So this is the Laminator. I'll have the link in the bio if y'all want to see where to get it from. It's only like about $80 after shipping, depending on where you live. This is the machine. This is how you make the REALWEAR graphics. This thing comes off. It's just like a guard, I guess, for the heat, but you don't really need it because you just need the rollers. In order to get into here, you got to take apart the back. You got to take these off. That way you can take this cover off. So you got to take these screws off. You're going to want to take these screws off. 1, 2, and then on the bottom is 3 and 4. All right, so now that I took those off, I can take this top part off, but you're still gonna take more apart, but for now, at least you get this top part off. So this comes up. I'm gonna unscrew this thing as well, right here. So I took off this. So as you can see, the whole thing, this is the whole top part of it, came off. My last one, I just cut right here, like cut this off, but I'm gonna just leave the whole thing off because I don't have to cut it and then I can still access everything. This thing is kind of gonna be hanging here, so you want to be careful with this not to rip anything or break anything. With, you see, with this thing, right, with this thing. So if anything, I might just cut this and then put it right there for that. We'll see. So in order to do the heat transfer rolling, you know, through here, you can see right here, when you go through this first roll, it's gonna end up hitting this second one right here. So that's the whole point of getting rid of these back ones. So you're gonna have these two front rollers that are heating up. And this plate, I believe, with my last one, it got in the way of the back, but it comes off, as you can see. It just moves. But yeah, so you're gonna take this plate off and take off these two, and then there's a red bar in there. There's a bar in there that gets hot. There's two burners, it looks like. One right here, one right here. That's what heats up these rollers. And then you roll it through here. And then this screws right here on the bottom. You can adjust it to how tight you want this to be for your boards. So once again, we're gonna flip this over. That way we can get to take these rollers off. In order to take them off, you have to flip it over and then you gotta unscrew it. So it's a lot of unscrewing in order to get to stuff. So if I remember correctly, we're gonna take off this screw right here. Then we're gonna be pulling these off. So let's get to it. I just unscrewed this bolt right here. And now the whole thing just came off. Hold on. Whole thing just came off. Oops, that's just a spring, but this is where, see, now the rollers are able to detach. That's one roller. So all I did was unscrew this thing, but on this side, so I unscrewed this one, and that's how this is able to come off. I'm gonna do the same to the other side. So all this is coming off. See, this is stuff they don't teach you. There's too many gatekeepers out here. They don't want to show you how to do stuff, how to take apart and modify a laminator. See, so that come off right. That came off right. Now you got your back rollers off. You got your front rollers on that stay on. And then I'm gonna take the heat shield off because it does hit. You can see right here, all this is in the way. Because your board comes through here, it's gonna hit this. So you need to take both of these off, actually, this top and the bottom. In order to take it off, there's a screw right here for this top one right here. Unscrew that one. That'll loosen this one up. And then you gotta get to this one on this side as well. Right here, if I can get to it. that screw in there. So you're gonna take that one off, but you're gonna take this off. Just be careful with it, because this is your burner. This is what makes your transfers work. All right, so now that I got this is the back plate I was talking about. Now that I got that off, I'm gonna put the, so you can leave this bottom one on. It's not in the way, but I'm gonna put the top one back on as well. Just so I don't accidentally, you know, touch or anything. Just make sure it's out the way. So it just goes back and you just screw right there. And the top plate doesn't really get in the way. It doesn't get in the way of the rollers as long as you have it at an angle. So just screw that back on. So as you can see, it's on. It's rolling. You can see where it says your power, and then it says hot, and then forward. So you can go backwards or forward. When you're rolling a board, you're gonna go forward. So it's gonna go inwards. The rollers are going this way. So when you put it in, it's gonna go like that. And then, of course, you got your, your heat. You wanna have that on, and then have the on button, of course. And then right here, you can do your temperature, which I don't really recommend relying on this temperature because it can be wrong. My last laminator was wrong, so don't rely on this. Get you a heat gun to check the actual temperature of the rollers. You can see it heating up. Up here it says the temperature as well. I don't trust it though. It only worked one time, and after that, the temperature's off. When you're rolling boards, you want it to be at 150 Celsius. And why is it in Celsius? Because that is what it says on here, Celsius. 150 Celsius is pretty good. I use a scanner or a heat gun to check the temperature of it. So before you put your deck on there and put your transfer graphic on, you're gonna want to use some of this stuff, and then you're gonna give your board a couple coats of the lacquer or clear gloss or whatever you want to buy. That's just what I use. And then you're gonna spray your board. As you can see, I sprayed this, and then you're just gonna go and run it through with your graphic. I don't have any boards at the moment to show you how to do it, but I mean, I could just show you because with this board, you get the idea. So basically, you put your transfer graphic on here, tape it up, have it on there, and then you're going to roll it through here. Make sure it's in forward though. So it's gonna roll in, and then it'll get pulled through like that. And then this would be hot, by the way, but right now, I got it on cold just so you can see. And you come on the other side, pull it. Be careful because it's hot when it does get hot. And then that'll be one pass, and then I go and hit the edges like this, like that, on the edges. Make sure to get wrinkled or nothing, any air bubbles. Once you do that, I run it through again. And the point of running it through is, just so it gets, make sure it sticks because of heat. So I ran through, and then the reason you do the edges like this is because the concave of the board is hard to get these edges, so you want to make sure you get like this whole section right here, like this whole concave part right here. So you'd run it through like that, and then like this. And that's basically it. And then you just take a razor blade on the edges and go and scratch the edges off so you can have your board like this. It's pretty self-explanatory. With the rest of it, you just go and get a razor and cut the edges off. As far as graphics go, you're gonna want to buy them from Bruh MFG. I'll put the link in the bio, but you can see these are some graphics I have. This is how I got the pre-cut, so this is how they look. So you order from Bruh MFG, and then you just run it on your roller. So the steps you want to do is make your deck, spray it with the lacquer or clear coat, and then heat up your temperature to 150 Celsius at least. Make sure you have a thermal to check the actual temperature is correct. Put your transfer graphic on there. Make sure it's how you want it, and then run it through, and then sand it off, and then that's it. That's how you get your REALWEAR graphics.